Enjoy a virtual tour of 25 classic automobiles built between 1938 and 1950. The Great Depression pushed Cadillac to introduce a less expensive 60 Series. This 1938 Cadillac 60 Special Sedan is an example. This 1938 Harrods electric delivery van was one of a fleet belonging to Harrods luxury department store. The 1-ton vans were powered by floor-mounted batteries that drove a 3.5 horsepower motor and had an operational range of 60 miles. These vehicles were designed and constructed in Harrods' own workshops. The Singer Roadster is a 9-tax horsepower open 2- or 4-seater sports tourer automobile manufactured by Singer from 1939 until 1955. The flowing lines of the car made it one of the most attractive roadsters in the market. This 1939 Ford convertible coupe provided drivers with a V8 engine, 1930s styling, and something new for Ford: hydraulic brakes. This was the last year that Ford equipped its vehicles with a rumble seat. During the early 1920s, Lincoln's engineering was first-rate, but their styling was stale and sales suffered, resulting in Lincoln being sold to Ford. Edsel Ford remade Lincoln's style, seeking out the best custom coach-making shops to produce bodies for their new and improved Lincoln. The 1939 Zephyr H76 boasted a new development for Lincoln automobiles: hydraulic brakes. Ford Motor Company introduced its Mercury line in the 1939 model year. The medium-price car fit neatly between the basic Ford and the upscale Lincoln. During World War II, the Navy contracted for delivery of Plymouth sedans that were primarily used for transporting high-ranking officers. This 1941 Buick 56C convertible has the famous Buick press-a-button convertible top and seating for 6. In 1941, Cadillac incorporated headlights and the fenders and fender skirts covered rear wheels. Factory-installed air conditioning was available, and an automatic transmission was an optional extra. This 1941 Lincoln Continental convertible was Edsel Ford's personal car, which he drove until his death in 1943. World War II produced one of America's all-time favorite vehicles, the Jeep. Soldiers loved the homely little car because it could go almost anywhere and do almost anything. The Willys MB, commonly known as a Jeep, is a 4-wheel drive utility vehicle. The War Department desired to standardize and decided to select a single manufacturer to supply the next order of 16,000 vehicles. Willie won the contract. American Bantam and Ford design features that were improvements over Willys were incorporated. The Jeep came to symbolize American ingenuity and productivity to allies and enemies alike. This is a 1948 Chrysler Windsor Town & Country, one of the most fondly remembered cars of the immediate post-war era. While earlier Town & Countries used ash framing with mahogany paneling, by 1948 the paneling was of Dynoc vinyl on steel. The Town & Country failed for several reasons. The car was expensive, and the wood, while stunning in appearance, was difficult and expensive to maintain. The 1948 Tucker mixes fantasy with practicality. The center light turns with the front wheels to illuminate corners. The taillights were visible from the side for safety. The doors curve into the roof for easier access, and grills on the rear fenders feed cooling air to the rear-mounted engine. The Cadillac 75 series returned after the war as Cadillac's largest model, retaining most of the pre-war styling and used a distinctive body not shared with other General Motors divisions. The redesigned Ford was just the kind of car people wanted in 1949. Its smooth sides, with no separate fenders, were sleek, modern, and radically different from the pre-war look. Efficient use of space provided a big trunk, easily storing groceries or luggage for growing families. Its features became typical of American family sedans in the 1950s. Kaisers, formed in 1945, were stylish and well-built, but competing against established companies proved too big a task, resulting in Kaiser production ending in 1955. This car is a 1949 Kaiser Traveler. This 1949 Mercury features a chopped windshield, a padded removable Carson top, Frenched headlights and taillights, and prominent Barris crests on the front fenders. For a Barris job of the 1950s, the modifications were mild, but sometimes less is more. The color is a deep metal flake purple with lavender scallops. The scheme continues in the interior, upholstered in purple and white. In the anything-goes spirit of the custom car hobby, there's even a little Chevrolet in our Merc. The grille is out of a 1957 Corvette. After World War II, determined sports car enthusiasts imported European roadsters like this 1949 British MG TC to satisfy their desires. 1949 Volkswagens looked like bugs and their engines were on the wrong end, but they were well-built, thrifty, and fun. Volkswagens were different from American cars, and that was part of their appeal, especially for young people. This 1950 Buick Roadmaster sedan was its primary model, featuring a larger engine and a finer interior. This 1950 Chrysler New Yorker sedan has Press-O-Matic fluid drive, a semi-automatic transmission that eliminated much, but not all, clutch pedal use. The MG TC Midget is credited with starting America's sports car craze. The MG TD series premiered in 1949 and had improved suspension and steering, minor body changes, and left-hand drive. Nearly 20,000 TDs were sold in America during its 4-year production run. This 1950 Nash Rambler convertible was an attempt to market a smaller automobile. The compact Rambler was attractive, well-equipped, and sensibly priced. The larger Big Three automotive companies began producing in-between-sized cars in 1960. Historically, station wagons featured special wooden bodies installed on standard car chassis. Plymouth's 1949 Suburban was the first station wagon with an all-steel body, transforming the wagon into a practical family vehicle. This is a 1950 Plymouth Deluxe Suburban. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, you can help others find it by clicking the like button. Thank you for watching to the end.